You are welcome to the show. Well, of course, the big news is he's gone. He's gone. He lasted longer than anyone expected, but now he's finally packed his bags and left. Yes, Tim Henman's out of Wimbledon. No, I jest, of course. It is the big political news, and shock horror, Tony Blair has stood down and Gordon Brown has taken over. Who saw that coming? There he is. Bye. Oh, missing already. Swat. Now, personally, oh, no, the applaud. Oh, no. On a personal level, I was kind of disappointed that he wasn't forced to sing Close Every Door to Me while his coat was ripped off. Was anyone watching the last Prime Minister questions? Did anyone watch it? A few people. Because you can imagine, right? Huge occasion, really a celebration. It was kind of a great day. But one jury MP stands up and asks some question about the closure of village post offices, right, in the middle of this thing. And you do think, if you were Tony Blair, you'd be so tempted to go, and in response, I'd like to offer this to my run honourable friend. Yeah. Stick that. Now, because it's true, though. When you leave a job, you don't give a shit, do you? I remember once, years ago, I was working in a restaurant, and on my last night, they made me wash the dishes, right? And I just thought, do you know what I mean? It's your last night. So I just thought, oh, fuck this. So I just hid the dishes all over the restaurant. Like big pots in cupboards and things. I do feel guilty the next day. Bad. Anyway, whatever. Isn't it odd? You thought that story was going to end up you wanking in food, but no. That's how it started. Blair's final meeting was with Arnold Schwarzenegger. There he is. They discussed climate change. Well, Arnie said, oh, it's cold, isn't it? Then Blair's last act was to go to the palace and formally resign. And I think the Queen spoke for us all when she demonstrated her sadness at Blair's departure. But let's get some guests on. Later in the show, we'll be meeting pop diva Just Stone. But first, bless me, Mother Dougal Branson. It's my hero, Ardal is here. Hello, sir.
There. How are you?
I'm very well. Sit yourself down.
Yes.
And Pop Quiz Hot Shots. Who's the star of Easy Rider, Apocalypse Now, Blue Velvet, True Romance, and Speed? It's my favourite actor of all time. It is Mr. Dennis Hopper. Actual Hollywood. I mean, Ardal's exciting, but actual Hollywood. Yes.
Also slightly afraid as well. So.
No, you met him before. You're nice. The leaving the job thing, because as an actor, you must have to... Well, obviously you leave jobs all the time.
Yeah. Like a gypsy family, we go from one family to the other if we're lucky. I just like to get out of there as quickly as possible. But I did see Blair today. What a great speaker he is when he was talking to Parliament. If I could say goodbye like that, boy.
You've been saying goodbye for about 5 years.
I know. You felt sorry for Gordon, because it's not his special day at all, is it? Bless him. And presumably he's living in number 10 anyway, wasn't he?
Well, I don't know. How would I know?
You might.
No, you might well be. As far as I know, Blair lived in number 11.
Yes.
Because it was slightly bigger, isn't that right,
Yeah.
Justin? He lived in number 10.
And he
Yes,
had the
exactly.
kids.
Yes.
Is 12 available?
They could just move the numbers on the doors. Would be the handiest thing, wouldn't it? Just...
It would have been easier. But the weird thing is, because Ardal has an insight to all of this, because your father is a leading politician in Ireland.
He's Tony Blair. No, he's... He is, yes. There's just been an election in Ireland and...
Everything all right?
Everything's fine. The Greens are in.
Yes, I saw that.
The Greens are in government. The Green Party is part of the Irish government now, believe it or not.
You'd be delighted, wouldn't you, ladies? Now, the other thing is, of course, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Tony met him, because did you work with him, or did you meet him?
No, I know him. I consider him a friend, yeah.
Oh, really? Seriously?
Yeah.
But did you meet him way back when, in the Pumping Iron days?
I did, in the Pumping Iron days, yeah. Bob Rafelson directed him. I think that was his first film.
And does it amaze you what's happened to him? That now, you know, he's the governor of California now.
It's unbelievable. Yeah. And they want to change the law, you know, and make him president.
Because they like him that much.
Terminator. You know, get him in there.
But his green credentials are hard to take, aren't they? They're hard to swallow. He drives around in a Humvee, which is, but it's a battery-operated Humvee. This is like, it's bizarre, but
That's a big battery.
Well, it's a very big battery. When he powers it up every night, the whole of California has a blackout. You know, it doesn't make any sense. You know, Travolta's the other one who does it, who's probably another mate of yours. John Travolta, who owns 5 jets, including a 747. He probably owns a spaceship as well, knowing Travolta. And he flies around the world promoting this message about climate change as well.
Thanks, John. Now, talking of climate change, let me just ask the audience, is there anyone here now who wouldn't mind going outside and braving the elements? It's not the best day. Oh, look at the key. There's a whole posse in the lot there. Oh, is that the girlfriend kind of going, him? What, are you not the girlfriend? What, not anymore? She's dumped you before you do this, just in case. What's your name?
Alex.
Alex, who else was up there wanting to do it? Oh, the man in the stripy shirt. Are you having second thoughts? Your hand is like, maybe. I don't know. What's your name?
Darren.
I like you. She said Alex or Darren. Any views? Oh, hey, wait. The guests have spoken. Alex, it's you. You go outside, follow someone at the bottom of the stairs. They'll take you away. All right, see you later, Alex. Goodbye. You may live to regret that. You're on tour in September.
Yes, I am. I'm going on a huge tour.
Is it seriously a huge tour?
I know, it's a big enough tour. It's a tour of Britain.
And do you know where you're starting it yet?
I think in Barnstable. I wouldn't start anywhere else. So, and everywhere else as well.
And everywhere else after
Thank you for mentioning that, by the way.
Well, not at all.
Very kind of you.
No, not at all. Well, listen, as of Sunday, there'll be no more performing in smoky venues.
I heard.
No.
Yes.
I was smoking a cigar and I heard.
Yeah. But in California, where the hell do you smoke a cigar?
You don't. I mean, I was walking on the beach the other day and they told me I couldn't smoke there.
It's unbelievable in Ireland. I mean, we've had a smoking ban in Ireland for about 2 years now. And we had exactly the same debate as you're having here, where people, you know, are complaining about lack of choice and everything else, and how dare people tell us how we can behave and how we treat our own bodies, and all of that, exactly the same thing. And people can't believe in Ireland everyone just went along with it. We who are supposed to be so rebellious.
Yeah.
And everything else. And we just, you know, I'm not a smoker myself, but I always enjoyed coughing. And I think it's a disgrace. But like there was 100% compliance. Now this is the thing that people can't understand. Like I was in this bar in the west of Ireland. It was one of those nights, you know, like tonight, you know, wind howling outside, you know. Excellent. Mightn't have been the wind actually. Might have been a cow with a chainsaw. But anyway, the thing is, there was all types of people there. People like Dennis. It was an illegal lock-in about 4 in the morning. Now, seriously, people, you know, drinking illegally, all types of reprobates, you know, money launderers and hitmen and everything else, all sitting there drinking illegally, but stealing outside every 10 minutes for a cigarette. You know, it's just, it makes no sense whatsoever. 100% compliance, and I guarantee you, within weeks, people will have forgotten all about the issues and will be quite happy with it. Because a whole new subculture has emerged. It's really, really interesting what's happened. Like people now, you know, they go out onto the streets to smoke. You know, they're having their drink, they go out onto the streets, and it really is great. For the first few months anyway, you know, it's very exciting. It's a bit like, you know, the Blitz or the floods or whatever, you know, you're kind of, or an earthquake, you know, you're all in it together and you're outside and it's really great and everyone's sharing cigarettes and people are chatting and talking and it's really wonderful. Shacks have grown up outside the pubs, like little shanty pubs, like outside the main pub with gas lamps and everything. And it's really lovely. And seriously, loads of interesting things have happened, you know, where people actually take up smoking. So it's backfired in some ways. Because it's a great excuse to leave a conversation. You know, you're in a pub there, everyone else is gone, all the crack's outside, and you're talking to someone really dull, and you're going, you know, you suddenly go, geez, you know, sorry, I've got to go for a cigarette. So it's a brilliant excuse to leave a crap conversation. Interesting.
Of course, in California, where do you go? You can't go outside.
Do they, so seriously, even outside the bar you can't smoke now?
Now, they're banning foie gras as well, is that correct? In some cities in the United States, in some states. No foie gras either.
That's
because
awful.
of the way it's...
How will we live? Yeah, I don't think people will be marching the streets over that. What do we want? Frog one. When do we want it? Now.
I mean, you can't do anything anymore. You can't smile on your passport anymore. In the States, in Ireland, in Britain, in Europe, you cannot smile on your passport.
Why is that?
Well, it's the new biometrics or something. So in other words, when you go in to get your passport photo now, it has to be something that's machine readable. And I don't know.
He's very clever. That's so weird you were saying that. I was thinking, God, he's clever. He knows all this crap. But you did.
But my worry is, like, what about all the poor people, like a lot of people in Ireland who look like this all the time, kind of, you know. I'll never be able to get into America now. What will I do? I'll have to break my face with a shovel.
Now, that's not the only regulation coming into effect. In Scotland, did you know this? That you're now going to have a licence for your sporran? Because it might be made from an endangered animal. No, seriously, did you not know this? No, you need a licence.
I thought they were made from hermits' scrotums. I mean, that's what I always...
Do you know what a sporran is?
No.
Oh, well, what it is, it's that furry bit that kind of dangles down between a Scotsman's legs. Sorry, just so there's no confusion, here's a picture. And it hangs... Yeah, like that, see? There's the sporran. I think I've cleared that up.
Yeah.
Talking of rules and regulations, did you see the survey this week saying that 2/3 of us regularly break the law? Now, here's the survey. 11% avoided paying TV licence. 34% paid cash to avoid tax. 48% said they had taken something from work. Presumably people like this zoo worker. The kids will love this. So that means nearly half of you here steal things from work. That's incredible. Half of you have a job. Seems so unlikely. Now, we did ask you on the way in, had you broken the law? No, not you, them. And they had. Where's Jim Coote? There's Jim. Look at Jim. Jim, I'm here to tell you, is a thief. He stole a gardening magazine from a local W.H. Smith's. Remember that face. And you, an environmental enforcement officer. Now, where's Dr. Stacey Strong? There's Dr. Stacey. You're only 23 and you're a doctor. Yes. Just. Yeah, that's always encouraging when you go to see a doctor. Doctor, just. I hope you don't have anything serious. Now, when she was about 7 years old, she went to Alton Towers. There was a souvenir shop following this. I loved these marble eggs, but with pocket money of only 50p per week, I couldn't afford the bigger $3.99 ones. So I swapped the label for a smaller egg for $2.99 onto the larger one. Right? I cried all night. And my dad told me if I gave £1 to charity, God would forgive me.
I gave it.
Of course you did. And God forgave you. And somehow allowed you to become a doctor. Ben Coupland? Where's Ben? Oh, there's Ben. Ben was caught by the police attempting to steal a swan.
It's true.
Had you thought it through? What you're going to do with
Not at all.
No. Yeah, I'm sensing drunk. Oh, no. It's a crime wave. Where's Terry Chambers? Terry Chambers? Terry. Oh, yeah, look shamefaced now. She stole 2 Disney character erasers from W.H. Smith. How are they still open? But I like this, though. She thought she was being followed home by the store detective. So got off the bus and walked home. Almost like a master criminal. Well done, Terry. Now, in terms of crime and I think you have been sort of famously a bit of a wild man over the years, I'd say. Is that fair?
Yeah. That's good.
No, because reading about you, it's like it is one kind of drug-fueled story after another. Were you working? You went to Mexico. Were you working in Mexico, or you?
Yeah, I was going down to do a movie, and I never made it to the set. I started. First of all, that my manager had called and told him to cut me off all booze. Give me no booze, no drugs. So I arrived, and I went into DTs and having hallucinations. And I thought the Third World War had started, and I walked off naked into the jungle. And I ended up in 7 jails. And finally, some stuntmen found me, got me on an airplane, and got me back to Los Angeles. Where on the takeoff from Mexico City, they were burning trash or something off to the side. I knew that was my signal to get out on the wing. So I'm not being flying Mexicali Airlines again for a while. Yeah, I had to go into rehab for a while after that one. Yeah, it was rather difficult.
Because your height, you were drinking how much rum? Amazing amount of rum a day.
In the last 5 years, I had a half a gallon with a fifth of rum on the side and 28 beers, and I think I had 3 grams of cocaine just so I could keep sober and drinking.
That was every day?
Yeah, and I was just maintaining.
Don't clap that. I know, that's great.
If I wanted to get drunk, I would do shots of tequila, and then I would tear up your stage here or whatever, you know. It's crazy.
It is amazing you're still alive.
I know. It's absolutely amazing. It is.
But also just looking so healthy. You must have the
Well, it's been
constitution of an ox.
24 years since I've had a drink or any hard narcotics, so, you know, I have to say it probably has something to do with it.
But you were doing it for quite a long time.
Yeah.
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 No, you are a miracle.
Yeah.
Yes.
I used to boast about how much alcohol I could put away. You know, like you'd be, oh, something like last night I could drink, you know, a big Wellington boot full of cider and everything. But now it's kind of, now I just go back, like, you know, I say, oh, that was some night last night. I got, you know, 10 hours sleep. You know, it's sort of like, I went to bed at 9:30, slept right through to 10 this morning. A great night, you know. Oh. Suffering for it now. I got too much sleep. You know.
Now, since you are here, sort of, you know, a very famous Hellraiser, here's a story you might like. It's a group of Sainsbury managers got a little tipsy at a staff conference and hijinks ensued. Or as the Sunday Mirror put it, drunken sex, vomit, urine and worse. I'm not sure if it was in that order. Now, during the evening, one man urinated down an escalator. One man, I love this, one man was sick on a floor and had to be taken to his room in a wheelchair. You know it's a good night, isn't it? When you wake up and there's a wheelchair by the bed. One room had walls and floors smeared with excrement. I know. So if you're in room 741, that's not a chocolate on the pillow. One woman then tried to perform a sex act on a Sainsbury's manager. Taste the difference. Now, you are a collector of art. I mean, but a really proper, serious collector of art. Because now there's an exhibition of your stuff in the
Hermitage.
Hermitage. There we go.
St. Petersburg.
In St. Petersburg.
Yeah.
And that's
But my personal
yes,
work,
I know.
not my collection. Yeah. Oil paintings, photographs, videos, things that I've done through the years.
And some of the pieces are, there's some quite notorious pieces. There's the you blowing yourself up.
Yeah.
Which is a kind of a video.
It's called Life After Death on Canvas. It was to announce at a show that I was having at Rice University. It was a time of conceptual art, and it went around the art world that a guy had, in Documenta in Germany, had actually cut his penis off and bled on the canvas. And everybody said, how do you top that? Well, when I was a kid, I saw this rodeo in Dodge City, Kansas, where I was raised, and a guy called himself the Human Stick of Dynamite, and he blew himself up. if you put dynamite in a circle and all of it goes off simultaneously, it creates a vacuum inside. All you got to do keep your head down. So I had this guy, Ollie Anderson, who has a auto daredevil show. He's from Salt Lake. He's a Mormon from Salt Lake, and I had him set it up for me. And I was having a show in Houston, Texas, and I blew myself up at a racetrack in the middle of my exhibition in Houston.
But it was genuinely serious. If one of the 6 dynamite, because if they all go off, you're fine.
Yeah.
But if some of them don't go off,
Yeah.
you're dead.
Yeah. If 3 don't go off, it supposedly sucks you out and kills you. But it worked. I was very happy. So I'm running.
I bet you were.
So I have a digital print of myself just before the explosion. Then I run the 60 seconds of it actually happening, the video of it happening, and then I have another digital print of the explosion itself on one side. So I call it Life After Death on canvas.
Did you never just paint a Madonna and child?
There you go.